I'm Dr. Janine Bowring, naturopathic doctor, and this is my Dr. Janine's 9 in 9 health hacks for men's libido. These are my top 9 tips in 9 minutes or less. Tip number 1 is to decrease your mental stress. So stress has a lot to do with libido and for men's abilities to perform. So certainly take a look at your stress levels, do whatever you can. So whether that's meditation, that's stress reduction in terms of exercise, do what you can to lessen your mental stress. Tip number 2 is Sitz Baths. So this is something that is remarkable in terms of using different temperatures of water to really make sure that we're getting that blood flowing, especially in the pelvic region. So what I recommend is making a bath or a tub filled with warm water, and you're going to sit in there for 3 minutes. Then you're also going to have a cold water basin and you're going to stay in there for 1 minute. You always start with the warm water and make sure that you're covered up at least to your belly button so that entire pelvic region is in those contrasting temperatures of water. So you start with warm, 3 minutes, then immediately you go into the cold for 1 minute. Yes, I know it sounds terrible, but it's really good. It gets that blood pumping and flowing. So the warm water helps to increase that expansion and that dilatation, and the cold water causes constriction of the blood vessels. So that pumping back and forth, as you can imagine, gets that blood flowing as it should. You're going to go back and forth with the Sitz Baths about 3 times. So start with warm, go to cold, warm, cold, warm, and then always finish with the cold. So tip number 3 is correcting a B12 deficiency. So vitamin B12 is our energy vitamin, has a lot to do with energy and stamina, but a B12 deficiency is linked to high homocysteine levels, and high homocysteine is related to erectile dysfunction. So B12 has a lot to do with our nervous system, make sure that our nerves are firing appropriately, and that's important when we're talking about that nervous connection with what's going on with erectile dysfunction and with men's libido. So make sure you're upping your B12 levels. Sometimes it's difficult to get enough B12 from the diet and have it in an absorbable form, especially if you're vegetarian. And that's where I would say supplementation with a high quality B12 is important. Now, just be aware that most B12 supplements on the market are cyanocobalamin, not something that I recommend. As it sounds, it's cyanide plus cobalamin. I don't like that form. If you can find the adenylyl cobalamin, that's definitely what I would recommend over the cyanocobalamin. Tip number 4 is zinc, and a whole food form of getting that zinc would be from pumpkin seeds. You may also need to supplement, so always look for a zinc bisglycinate, and in a supplement, zinc and copper need to be in the same formulation. Usually it's about a 10-to-1 ratio of your zinc to copper because they compete for absorption. But zinc is fantastic for maintaining proper testosterone levels, helps to decrease the bad testosterone, the DHT, so really important for your male libido. Tip number 5 as a health hack for men's libido is yoga. So yes, if you have been averse to trying yoga, yoga is a fantastic way not only to decrease your stress levels, but there are specific postures that are really helpful for the pelvic region in men. One of my favorites is called the plow pose, which you can see here. And this is something that is fantastic to do closer to the end of your practice because you want to be a little bit warmed up to get into this posture, as you can imagine, but a great way to increase the energy in that energy center. As well as the bridge posture, which you can see here. The bridge posture is fantastic for getting that blood flowing, but also helping to decrease that blood flow and allowing it to pump back into the pelvic region because you can see you're somewhat inverted. So allowing for the blood to flow more towards the head, and then as you come out of the posture back into the pelvic region is a great great way to help with that libido. Tip number 6 is Maca. Now, Maca is a fantastic herbal medicine, which studies have shown helps to increase sexual desire. So when we're talking about male libido, having a balance in the hormones, specifically the testosterone, it's important to use natural ways of doing this. And Maca is a fantastic adaptogenic herb, helps with our stress levels, so great for our cortisol levels, and we know that that stress again is related to the libido. But the Maca has been shown in studies to really be helpful for increasing that sexual desire and energy. Tip number 7 is to make sure that you're getting enough of the essential fatty acids, especially the omega-3s. And the omega-3s are the building blocks of our sex hormones. So whether you're getting it from the vegetarian sources like walnuts, which are fantastic for male libido, or flax seeds, or also from a fish oil. And fish oil supplements would be my preferred way to go, because when you're getting it from fish, you have to deal with the unknown toxins in the fish. So that could be PCBs, it could be the heavy metal toxins like mercury, unfortunately, that plagues the fish and the oceans around the world. So a great way to do this is in a fish oil supplement. So make sure that it's high in the DHA and you get some of that EPA as well, which is important for your male sex hormones. Tip number 8 is Ginkgo. Now, Ginkgo is one of my favorite herbal medicines to help with getting blood flowing to the extremities and to the peripheral organs. So if you think of the sex organs, this is on the periphery. We want to get that blood flowing, and this is really helpful for impotence, but also for sexual desire, getting that blood flowing to where it needs to go. So Ginkgo biloba is something to look for. Make sure you always get it in a standardized extract and use it according to the directions on the bottle. Tip number 9 is the Dr. Janine truth that we share in every top 9 in 9 for our health hacks. And in this case, for libido, for men, it has a lot to do with the second chakra. So this is something that I talk about in our other 9 in 9 videos all about men's health. We certainly go into it in detail in the Dr. Janine show, so make sure you check out that video as well. But the second chakra has a lot to do with relationships. It has a lot to do with money. There are 7 chakras or energy centers in the body. The second chakra is here, and you can see that this is where the pelvic organs are as well. So in terms of cleansing this chakra, getting that energy flowing in the second chakra, you can actually direct your energy and your consciousness into this energy center by doing some mindful meditation. So all you need to do, and we'll do it right now together, is close your eyes, take a breath, put your hands in this area if you wish, and take a few deep breaths and put that energy and that consciousness into that second chakra, increasing that sexual energy and that libido. And knowing that you can do that with the power of your own hands and concentrating that energy into that section of the body, it's remarkable how this can really turn things on and get things going. So I hope you enjoyed this top 9 in 9 health hacks and the Dr. Janine's tips for increasing your male libido.